everything right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name is Nayema and welcome back to my channel, or oh my gosh, my Pepsi cans. Hopefully you don't see like the full scope of what's going on back there. But welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and today we are doing the This or That challenge romance edition. Over the summer, a bunch of romance booktubers came together and created this tag, and they did a bunch of collabs for it, and I wanted to do it today. Honestly, I was looking at these questions and I was like, I don't know where I lie with them, so I thought it would be kind of fun to film and answer them. Happy Valentine's Day to those who are celebrating. I have a meeting for my school's radio, so that is the extent of my plans. I just came back from 2 classes. Also, my campus is like so lively right now. I'm like, where are all of you guys when it's not Valentine's Day? Like, love is in the air and I'm kind of living for it, but mostly living for it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna tag anyone just because I feel like a lot of the romance booktubers went ahead and did this over the summer, but if I can find anybody who didn't do it, I will have them tagged down below. But without further ado, let's get right into the This or That romance edition book tag. Okay, so the first question is cliffhangers or happily ever after? I'm gonna have to say happily ever afters. I mean, I kind of expect them now at this point. Obviously, if it's in a series, we're gonna need some cliffhangers to keep us going. But for standalones, happily ever afters, definitely, which I feel like is just the way it is. I think I just prefer happily ever afters because it's likely that I won't pick up the next book in that series for a while. Like, I just read Parallel by 𝓿𝓲𝓬𝓪𝓵. I loved that book. I enjoyed it so much and it left off on a huge cliffhanger. And now I know I'm not gonna read that book, the next book, for a while, and I wish it kind of just tied up nicely in a cute little bow. So definitely happily ever afters. The next question is hardcovers or paperbacks, and I'm gonna honestly just go with my gut here, and that is paperbacks. I think hardback covers are so aesthetically pleasing on every other shelf except for like romance bookshelves. Like, I love hardcovers for like somebody who really reads fantasy, but like, I don't know, there's something about a nice sleek look of paperback. I love how a lot of the paperbacks are the same sizes. I think it's just so aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and also paperbacks are a lot easier to hold when reading. I just like can't even imagine holding, like, I don't think I've ever done that. Sat there with a huge ass paperback or hardback and was flipping through. My wrists would be broken. So I want you guys to guess what happened, and we need to hide that. Just guess. All right, next question is angsty or cutie romances. And honestly, this is one of those situations where it's like previous old Nayema versus new Nayema, like battling it out. Because if you've been here for a while, I mean, I've had this channel for almost 3 years now, and in the beginning it was angst, and don't get me wrong, I still love good angst, but like cutesy has recently just really stolen my heart. There's something about like just such a wholesome romance. Like, I don't know if I'm just maturing, I don't know if I'm just getting older and just want like a wholesome love, but like I love a cutesy romance now. I really do. At the end of the day, an angsty romance is gonna always do it for me, and cutesy romances are sometimes like hit or miss, so I'm gonna have to go with angsty. But I don't know, recently it's been cutesy. I really don't know, but I do love some good angst. Next question is emotional or rom-com, which is again another dueling side, but I do feel like a lot of rom-coms tend to be pretty emotional, especially like nowadays. There's usually some type of like rep in there that is honestly hard-hitting. I think I'm gonna go with rom-coms because, like I said, I've just been eating them up recently, like the cutesy stuff. And they're just a fun time. They make me feel good. They're cute. And a lot of them are emotional, but I don't always want dark romances that are emotional. Sometimes I just want like the angst and the darkness without being like, you're about to bawl your eyes out. So definitely rom-coms. Next question is standalones or series. So I'm gonna have to go with standalones. I freaking love just picking up a book knowing that I'm gonna get the end of the chapter there. I can't help myself. I will start series, but I always end up kicking myself in the butt for it because I'm like, fuck, now when am I gonna finish the series? When am I gonna read the next book in the series? I like having the comfort of knowing I'm reading this book. Either I like it or I don't, and I don't have to continue on with other books. Sometimes when I pick up a series and I didn't like the first, I sometimes feel like I have to continue. So definitely standalones. I feel like they're easier, they're cute, they're fun. close that chapter, move on to the next book. The next question is book talk or bookstagram, and personally I'm just gonna have to go with bookstagram. I love bookstagram. I love that you can make reels now. Some people find them like to be annoying. It's like TikTok exists, why do you have reels? But I do love bookstagram. Like I love looking at everybody's aesthetic pages. I love seeing what people are doing, how they're taking pictures. I'm a very visual person. I love to like see things. I don't know, not that I can also see things on book talk, so I don't know where I was going with that. There's a lot less drama. Book talk just has so much drama. I don't always love the books that book talk recommends. I just love a good bookstagram. Vote more time and energy in bookstagram over book talk. I haven't posted a book talk in like weeks probably. The next question is people or objects on covers. I think this question is like literally booktubers versus book talk for some reason. Like I don't know why, it just gets me. It's so funny to me. I love people on covers. I genuinely do. They're just so classic. I like to be proud that I'm reading romance. I want authors to feel proud that they're writing these romances and empowering women and men and those in between. Kind of makes me sad that there's like this big movement towards objects, but like you're writing about people and you're writing stories about people that are in love, and I think there's something just so beautiful and classic about that. I do think objects on covers can be very beautiful as well. I just hate when you come out with a series and you have the couple on the cover or a person on the cover, a few weeks later you come out with like objects. I get it, some people want the variety. Don't think it's very ethical, to be honest, but I do love objects, so this one I'm kind of in between about, because if the objects are really pretty and it goes with the cover and it flows with the story, then I'm more inclined to buy that than the people cover, but not because I'm ashamed of the people. I love people. It's just that it's more pretty. The next question is new releases or backlists. Backlists, I get so excited for new releases. I think they're so fun to like anticipate and like plot and plan who you think is going to be with who, and like especially if it's like in a series or whatnot. But I do oftentimes feel a bit stressed whenever new releases come out, or whenever I sign up for too many arcs. It's like I want to be on the newest and the latest and I want to know what people are loving, but sometimes it's nice to just have ease, and like especially when you're reading a series. Like I believe it was last year or 2021, it was 2021, I picked up one of J.T. 𝓫𝓸𝓬𝓪's like past series and I just enjoyed my time with that. I was able to just read through it and like just enjoy my life and not really feel that pressure of reading her newest stuff or somebody's newest stuff. So I'm gonna have to go with backlists. I think that it's so much fun to see also how an author evolves in their writing. The next question is TBR or free-for-all. You guys know that every month I come out with TBR videos, and honestly those are just books that I really want to read. I prefer free-for-alls. It's very rare that I stick to what I say in my TBR video. Just make them to like let you guys know I have these books on my radar. Not that I'm gonna like immediately read them. I do like the structures of TBRs. I like watching other people have their set goals and their things, but it doesn't really work for me because I really just want to read it what I want to read when I want to read it. And what can I say? I do make TBR videos, so it's a bit hypocritical, but it's just a way for me to let you guys know that, ooh, I'm interested in reading this book. Possibly this month, possibly not this month. I love watching other people's TBR videos because I don't know, it's so satisfying to watch other people have structure in their life while mine looks like this. But it is fun to like make them and to watch other people like actually fulfill them. But I'm definitely a more free-for-all type of girl. The next question is open door or fade to black. Is this even like a question for me? It's obviously always going to be open door. I love a good smut scene. I do. I know a smut scene is memorable and like gonna live with me forever when I just think about it 24/7. That one the hospital scene from It Happened One Summer. I think about that multiple times a day and I'm not even kidding you. I can probably verbatim recount that smut scene to you guys. I recently read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez and I was so disappointed when I found out it was fade to black. I was like getting down to it, reading the book. It's like, okay, it's spicing up here, and it was fade to black and I was so frustrated and so upset. I was already so into the story and so invested that I was like, fuck, well, I've got to keep going, and then it didn't bother me as much. Open door. I want to be in the bedroom with you guys. I want to see what you guys are doing. Does that make me weird? I don't know. Definitely a lot more fun, in my opinion, to read a good smut scene. The next question is audiobooks or physical/ebooks, and I'm gonna have to say physical/ebooks. I just read more ebooks and physical books than audiobooks, even though I do have many places to listen to them. I just have trouble, like, I know a lot of people listen to ebooks like when they're walking to class, or when they're walking to work, or while they're doing their work, while they're doing their makeup, while they're eating dinner, like just different things like that. But I'm more of a YouTube person or a TV show person. Like when I'm eating, I don't want to listen to an audiobook. I want to see something with my eyes. When I'm doing my makeup, I like to just, like, you know, have a video playing. Today I actually did listen to an audiobook while getting ready, so that was different for me. But I definitely am more of a physical/ebook person. I feel like I would definitely be able to read more if I just put down my TV shows and listen to audiobooks. But right now that's not something that I'm really willing to compromise. Over the summer I did listen to a lot of audiobooks because I was doing an internship, and it was a lot of like mindless work, so I was able to like put in an earbud and listen to an audiobook. I read so much in the like first month of summer, whatever month that was, I don't know, I'm blanking, because I was listening to so many audiobooks. Definitely physical/ebook. The next question is Kindle or not, and obviously my Kindle. I love a Kindle, not for the reason of I'm embarrassed of what I'm reading or if there's a naked man on the cover. I just genuinely love reading on my Kindle. In the middle of the night, I'll just be laying on the side with a big ass screen like right there, and I'm like flipping through my Kindle. I think it's so fun. I used to never really read on an actual Kindle. I would just read on my phone. Even though I did have a Kindle, I just thought that reading on my phone was much easier. But I am obsessed with reading on my Kindle now. For Christmas, my grandpa bought me one of the newest Kindles. I don't even know the generation, but I am obsessed with it, and I can't even imagine my nightly routines without my Kindle. The next question is matte or glossy, and I definitely prefer, I don't know. Like I have a shiny book right here, and I don't know, it's like nice. I don't like that there's a glare when I hold up it on camera. But then like when I have my matte books, you can see on my fingerprints. I think looking at it visually, definitely matte books. I think they're really pretty and aesthetically pleasing. I'm curious to know your guys' answer. Do you guys prefer matte or glossy paperbacks? The next question is buddy read or fly solo, and recently I've been flying solo. I used to buddy read all the time, and I got so much like enjoyment out of reading books at the same time as my friends, texting, updating. It's so much fun to like experience the same things at the same time and have a way to talk about it to somebody who's also reading it, and it's especially great when you both love it. Recently it's been hard for me to keep up with buddy reads just because I have so much going on with my internship, with school, and just all other aspects of my life. So recently I've been flying solo. I do prefer flying solo as of now, but it's always fun to hit up a friend and be like, read this book with me, and you do it and you enjoy it and you love it together. Or it's even more fun when you hate a book and you're completely shitting on it. Right now it's flying solo. The next question is small town or dark romance. Again, this is a battle of past Nayema and present Nayema, and right now it's small town romances. I don't know who I am. I don't know what made me like this so much, but I do. I think it's just the wholesomeness and the cuteness, and I love the quirks and the charms of different small towns. I think it's so much fun, but it depends. Some small town romances I just cannot get into. I'm like, you have no charm in your small town. Like, you literally, the only thing that's making it small town is that our characters are bumping into each other. Like, no, you need like cute little charms and a nice little description of this small town. I think that's so fun. But I've always just loved small towns from like TV shows. My dad grew up in a very, 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 very small town in North Carolina, and I loved visiting, and I'd go to the grocery store with my cousins, and they'd be like, they know everyone, and I'm like, oh, I wish I knew everyone who I came across. I find that stuff really cute and charming. I just love it so much. So small town, but like, oh, Nayema is yelling at me like, girl, what happened to you? You were getting too sweet. I'm getting too wholesome. What can I say? But I do still really love dark romances. If you guys have read any really good dark romances recently, let me know. My heart just hasn't been in them the same. The next question is new adult or adult. I prefer reading about new adult, like a high school or a college students. Like, I feel like the drama and the angst is just unbeatable. But there is also that in adult romances, and I don't know, I kind of find that to be a lot of fun as well. And sometimes adults kind of read as new adults to me, but I'm gonna have to go with new adult just because a good college, a good bully romance, a good high school romance is so much fun, and you have to see each other every single day, especially if you have the same classes. I think that's like unbeatable. I think that's really fun. The next question is sprint read or marathon read a series. And I used to, there was like this one era of my life where I would pick up a book and binge that series within like 3 to 4 days. I miss that. I really do miss that. I hate that now when I pick up a series, I like have to read a bunch of other things and then potentially get back to the next book. For me, it's gonna be a sprint. It's gonna be like, I take my time. I think I wrote the wrong question down because that doesn't really make sense. Sprint read or marathon. I feel like they're both the same thing. Like you're rushing to get to the end. If not, then sprint. The next question is alpha or sweet hero, and alpha, I love a good alpha hero. Do not play with it. Love an alpha hero so much. I just love how crazy and toxic they are. I love how they will do anything to protect their woman. I think it's so cute and so fun, and I don't know, it's just like, I always still go back to Zayd from Haunting Adeline. Like, he is an alpha, but he's also like so sweet and kind, and I love the work that he does, but he will not hesitate to let you know not to touch his woman, cuts off the hands of somebody who does. Like, do all of that, please. I love that. And only in my romance books, people, I'm not that crazy in real life. The next question is multiple books at once or one at a time. Ideally, I would love to be a one at a time type of girl, but I'm just not anymore. Like, I always have to have an audiobook, an ebook, and a physical book going at the same time. My physical book right now is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. My ebook right now is Powerless by LZ Silver, and my audiobook right now is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Don't know what it is. I have to read multiple books at once. It keeps me interested in each of the individual stories, because I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on in that world, and I like jump to that one, or you know, like, it keeps me more engaged as to me just like reading one book consistently. I used to do that. I don't know what happened to me. My brain is just so like jump to the next thing. Multiple at a time for sure. The last question is baddie or damsel in distress, and honestly this one's really hard. I love both. I love a hero coming to save somebody, but also I just love a badass heroine. Like, I love Lana from the Mindfuck series. I love the girl from Brutal Vow by JT Jessinger. I forgot her name, but also I just love like a good savior complex between my romance book characters. Like, I don't know, it's kind of sweet and wholesome. I love like a captor-captive situation. I love when our heroine fights back, but I also like when she's kind of scared. Is that horrible? I don't know. I do love a damsel in distress, but I also love a baddie. But at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna choose a baddie. No, sorry, scratch that. At the end of the day, I'm gonna choose a damsel in distress, just because I feel like really fun to read about, keeps me on my toes. But then again, I just love a badass heroine, so I don't know. But right now I'm leaning more towards damsel in distress. So that is the last question for the this or that romance book edition tag. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a big like or comment down below, and also subscribe so you never miss another upload from me. And if you have made it to the end of this video, leave me a letter emoji with the heart in the middle, because it's Valentine's Day when I'm filming this. And I hope you guys have the best day ever. I hope you guys have the best month ever. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Friday with the new recommendation video. Bye.
If I got one thing right, it was you and me.